Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut, and we find ourselves here on Infernal Shrines in Division D West in our first game in our final best of three of the evening. If you're sitting at home wondering how we got to Infernal Shrines, I got you covered, my friends. The home team this evening is going to be Cool Cats and Kittens. They lost the coin flip. Excuse me.
You could give the best hug.
First things first. CEC the Ronin, thank you for the follow. So the members of Cool Cat and Kittens won the coin flip. They opted for first pick priority for game number 1. They banned out Alterac Pass and Dragonshire. Knights that stay bronze opted to ban out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom, and they have chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines as for game number 1. Let's get back into our draft and see what we have here so far. Mephisto and Garrosh to be removed. Clumsy, yeah, that production is it's very, very good. Shout out to I believe Covey who made that introduction for all the casters and shares it every season. So bless them for making assets for all of us. And also I believe it was Weenus and Murda who made the little NGS kind of like rotate thing that you were seeing as the transition. But Jaina and Ana to be banned out, so getting rid of Double Mage on the left and the Garrosh and Ana on the right. Strong bans overall from both teams, but a ETC to be the first pick. And remember how I was noting about how it's a bit of a different lobby setup? It's basically we're seeing that kind of lobby setup. It's going in kind of the order that the players are picking rather than the actual descending order, so it's just a little less clean, if you will. But technically, we're seeing what the players are seeing. The regular tournament format actually changes it for us to see it the proper descending way. So it doesn't really matter too much, but it just looks a little different. Anyways, that's if you're wondering why it's all looking weird all of a sudden or why it's going from bottom up, it's just because they're picking in their actual order. Regardless, ETC is on the left-hand side. They're going into a Deckard and Joanna. Something like a Stukov for an Infernal Shrines is great, and then you can look at grabbing, first things first, change that skin, please. Thank you. And they're going to grab a Rainer as well. I was thinking they'd grab a Mage here to get some wave clear because they were lacking. It also pairs into the ETC. And they maybe want to be able to choke that out before the ban phase, because right now, their draft is lacking wave clear as well as a solo lane. And solo lane, it really depends on the solo lane matchup, but I would say getting rid of a Kael'thas or a Gul'dan might be stronger. Interesting enough, we're actually going to see a Sergeant Hammer ban, which is not what I was expecting. Let's go Knights that stay bronze. 4, thanks for cheering on your friends. Let's see, for the Decker Joanna, they're actually gonna get rid of the Malthael. So, Cho'Gall, confirmed? Solo lane ETC? I really want a Cho'Gall now. What? What? Wait. Either the Knights that stay bronze stole the Cho'Gall. I don't know if Cool Cats and Kittens was actually going for the Cho'Gall here, but like it kind of was reading a little bit like that. Wow. Interesting from Knights that stay bronze. Ragnaros for solo, Tychus to go into the 4-man. Their wave clear is going to be lacking on the side of Knights that stay bronze. Excuse me, on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Knights that stay bronze actually still have low wave clear. They're going to need some sort of strong mage. Jaina's already banned out. Grab the Kael'thas here. Kael'thas is great for your team. You have a solo lane Joanna, though, which is going to be awkward as all hell into a Ragnaros. What is this draft? What are we doing? Chat, help me out here. What?
Show me your golden hoop. Who will?
That's all I got for that. Thanks, Alex Dids, for the chime in on that one. Trainwreck's just like, yeah, I don't know, bud. Yeah, I don't know there, bud. Excuse me, sorry, I meant to mute myself. Either way, let's go ahead and get on into game number 1. Let's go find out what... Oh, we have a pause. Boop. Good thing I didn't push the button. Meant to have a swap round? All right, we're remaking just because they needed a swap round. They didn't realize that. Remember how I was harping about how everything was coming up and they used the wrong draft order thingy? Not wrong, but they chose a different one. That's the right way to say it, because it's not technically wrong. No one's I don't think it's spelled out to choose that specific one. Regardless, anyways, my whole point is we're gonna have to redraft this whole thing because that's how parsers work. If you don't do the draft section, it screws up the parser for NGS, and we want to make sure that NGS has the the full replays and all the data that they need. So we're gonna take a quick second here. We're gonna remake the lobby. We're gonna redo the draft. I'm sorry about the slight delay, everybody, but either way, we'll get going into game one and as soon as possible once we get our lobby going here. Sorry once again for the delay. Time for the mail. It's okay. You know, we all learn. We all learn these things together. I actually didn't know that there was no swap phase when you do the draft mode rather than tournament draft mode. Today I learned. That's for certain. I was like, maybe I'll run to the bathroom while they're doing it. No worries. All right. We're going to redo everything just because our VODs. Good evening and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series, everyone. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on Infernal Shrines for game number 1 in our Best of 3 series. This is a remake of the lobby as we just previously saw, so the draft is going to go fairly quickly and we won't talk very much about it. But for the sake of just all of our VODs and everything, we're going to quickly let you all know what happened when it came to the map bans. The members of Cool Cats and Kittens won the coin flipped and opted for first pick priority in game number 1, banning out Alterac Pass and Dragonshire. The members of Knights That Stay Bronze banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom, picking Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Back into our draft, we're going to be seeing the ETC Brightwing Rain on the left-hand side, as the Decker King Joanna will be there as well. Ban-wise, we're going to be seeing the same thing as previously, which is going to be, I believe, oh, butts, I blanked. It's Sergeant Hammer ban, which I was like, why? And then they're going to ban out the Malfi on the left-hand side, which opens up avenues to question, do they Cho'Gall? And, well, I was thinking that the members of Cool Cats and Kittens would Cho'Gall. Not the case. Knights That Stay Bronze are going to be the ones who are going to Cho'Gall here. On the left-hand side, they'll round out their draft with a Tychus as well as a Ragnaros, and this is pretty much what we saw previously because, well, that's what they're going for exactly here. Last pick on the right-hand side will be the Imperious, as this is, well, an I Stabby Daddy? What do you, I don't know. Are they forgetting? Stabby. Oh, Stabby Daddy. They might have had a brain fart, honestly. Might could have been. Or they just were like, they might have AFK'd or something. Regardless, there's the draft, all that good stuff. Let's go back into our, yes, the Stabby Daddy. Here we go again, the same draft dog, just different game, yeah. Imperious called it, Cat. Oh my god, Trainwreck. Trainwreck, I don't think, like, I think you should DM Caldor and be like, look, your job's on the line, bud. How do you know my nickname, Matlock, your nickname is not Stabby Daddy. I'm sorry. Imperious is. Either way, thanks for hanging out, everyone. We're getting into our final best of 3 of the evening. The game's kicked off. We're loading in properly. We're all here ready to go. I hope you're all excited about this. I know I am. Let's go ahead and get on into it. I push the right button. On the left-hand side, we got the members of the Cool Cats and Kittens with Harvoth on the ETC, Descalada on the Rainer, Libidim, I think, is going to be on the Brightwing. Wrong skin. And we have Beowulf rounding. No, excuse me. We have Beowulf on the Ragnaros, and Desperado will round things out on the Tychus. I'm going to mess up Desperado and Descolada a lot today because their models are the same and their names are close together as well. Matlock on the right-hand side will be the main tank on that Joanna for the members of Knights That Stay Bronze. Meanwhile, in mid lane, we have Ogpuds on the Cho'Gall. Silver Spy will be on the Deckard, and Smoke will be on the Imperious. Really quickly, let's look. It's actually going to be Flying Spuds on the Gall and Angry Smurf on the Cho. I read that backwards. Regardless, Hovarth will be able to get the power slide in. Smoke taking a bit of damage, running inside the meatball right there. And this is going to be a Furnace Blast Ragnaros build, at least to start right now, which will give them some extra wave clear in this solo lane matchup. Into this Joanna, I really don't think Ragnaros should struggle whatsoever. Ragnaros should actually have an easy time with that entire engagement. Meanwhile, we're going to see rotations beginning between mid to bottom. I want to do one quick thing. Sorry, everybody. We're going to just take this down by about 2%. And welcome to my living nightmare. Thank you. All right, we have the rotation continuing as they'll push themselves into this mid lane. Pretty standard build right now from the Cho'Gall. We have that Taskmaster at level 1 and Calloused Hide at level 1 as well for the Cho. Imperious with the stab onto Beowulf, and they're going to go down first blood over to the side of Knights That Stay Bronze as they mount up and rotate into bottom lane. But no, maybe they're going for the invade. Surging Fist into this. Desperado going to be sitting on the point, going to try and get some damage in. Actually, Descolada throwing the penetrating round backwards. Polymorph onto this Cho'Gall as they steal away the camp. Surging Fist doesn't go out as they back off and just go over to their own camp, or maybe they're looking for some pressure into mid. Seems like they're just going to be applying some pressure into mid here a little bit. Meanwhile, in top lane, Beowulf now coming back just to push back into Matlock. And, you know, I was making fun of the whole solo lane Joanna, but if Ragnaros gets picked off, that's a great play for the Joanna. She's going to have a great time and catch a couple waves easily. First blood, baby. And they're going to find second blood as well as Imperious gets the stabby daddy onto the Rainer right there. Meanwhile, invade onto the camp from the left hand. Okay, no, they back off. I was about to be like, your Rainer's down. You're going to invade onto this camp. That's very, very aggressive, but they don't. They back off. Joanna actually doing a little bit of double soak to make sure they're picking up the experience Cho'Gall might be missing with the friendly team, as they are getting some camps. Celestial charge into the bush to potentially set up a potential pick, and nothing just yet. Matlock will be in this top lane as they find themselves a solid level lead in favor for Knights That Stay Bronze. Let's go ahead and look at the experience, because I want to just quickly look at what the deficit and where it's forming. So passive experience gain, obviously the same. Minions looking like 1,000 experience right there, and you've got nearly a little over 1,000 with the mercenaries as well as the heroic kills. So that's where we're seeing that rough 2,000 gain in favor for the members of Knights That Stay Black. Fun little fact, you can't pull up a little stat bar in the bottom in your regular games, but if you are playing Heroes of the Storm and you are, if you are a player in the game, so let's say you are Matlock clearing mid lane, and you're like, how's the experience deficit in our favor? You can literally hover your cursor towards the center of your UI, which is going to be this top bar. Like literally, if you like leave your cursor there for like 1 to 2 seconds, you'll actually see the entire stat breakdown of what I just showed you. Very, very tiny pop up at the top. So if you're ever wondering where the deficit's coming from and you want to figure it out, whether it's minions, it kills, whatever that is, you can find it out from that one, because that's very good information, as the massive cleanse is going to help out the friendly team. Real good play from Lub right there, and this is going to be 14 skeletal defenders in favor for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, but the members of Bronze Knights that's, oh my god, Knights That Stay Bronze, there we go. These long team names. Shorten your team names, chat, players, everybody. Power slide from ETC going to be coming through. They have a little bit of control into Smoke, who's trying to back off towards a couple of those potions. Desperado has some good damage as Descolada's continually peppering them. ETC going down. Cho'Gall surging out into them with that Surging Fist. Desperado, though, chunking into them. They're going to steal away the armor for a couple seconds right there, as they'll swap probably back to the spell power in a few moments once they tap that well. Brightwing actually phase shifts in. It's going to be 24 and rising on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, but Knights That Stay Bronze are going to be coming back into this. It's going to be a very close race between the two. ETC coming back from death as well. Joanna's going to be grouping them up with the Condemn. They're forcing them back, or at least they're going to start to back off here on the left-hand side, as they don't want to get stepped into. They do have Smoke very low. Celestial charge onto 2. They're going to get Polymorph. Do they have the damage? Not just yet. Ragnaros actually steals away the kill. 37 skeletal defenders in favor for Cool Cats and Kittens, and they get this first Punisher. Grenade will knock back the Cho'Gall, and they'll lose 3 members overall during this engagement. The enemy team gains the Arcane Punisher, dear lord, and this is going to be 4 members pushing the top lane with Ragnaros splitting off towards bottom lane. Iron Skin used by Matlock, very well played just to be able to mitigate the stun and initial damage and burst, I guess you could say, from the Punisher, but the front gate goes down. The siege between Raynor and Tychus is fairly strong here, and they're going to be able to easily get themselves a tower, at least the fort in the top lane, excuse me. Ragnaros double soaking still, and we can now see this experience deficit starting to gain go the opposing way. You're actually going to be seeing the members of Cool Cats and Kittens with the experience advantage. Well, we're going to go ahead and cycle through those numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience deficit looks like, as we haven't had a chance to look at the other stuff since the start of the game. That's a very aggressive Cho'Gall surging fist into this, but look at Matlock with the wraparound, doesn't end up going into this. They do have a lot of great healing on the ground from that ruby value from the from Silver Spies. You see a couple of those potions on the ground. Matlock, shield glowing for the dismount, surging fist in. They're looking to dive onto ETC. Celestial charge connects. There's going to be a lot of burst into this ETC. Hovarth needs to back off. They get some healing from the Brightwing. Power sliding away. Meanwhile, in top lane, they do have the Shaman camp coming in that they need to deal with. Joanna looks like they're going to be the one to go up here and deal with it, but it's going to be a slow clear. They should get some decent siege here. Meanwhile, the camp on the left-hand side to be grabbed to add some more pressure into top. Bottom lane, I thought Beowulf was getting dove on, but not the case. Smoke backs off to help out the friendly team. Next Punisher will be frozen and in bottom lane. Matlock still clearing out top lane. Could catch one more wave and actually will do exactly that. 10 talent tier is actually neck and neck between the two teams, and we actually saw that experience deficit starting to kind of waffle a little bit since there's no one in top lane grabbing experience for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens, and it's all kind of balancing out at this point when it comes to experience. Ragnaros did finish the Catching Fire 6 minutes into the game. Fairly good timing on that questing talent for grabbing, I believe, 15 regeneration globes to be able to have some activatable damage mitigation. We can double check that actually right here. So I believe it's 15. You can activate to gain 25 armor for 3 seconds, reducing the damage taken by 25. I believe it's spell and physical too. I think it's both. Ragnaros is actually going to get caught right there. We can actually we'll double check here, actually we can double check it right here, because does it clarify? No, it doesn't. You also get health regeneration from it as well, and there's other values on top of the just the finished quest. We do have Behemoth armor for the Raynor at level 4 as well, so that's going to be increased maximum health. I believe you gain 5 maximum health for every enemy player you pepper. I had it backwards in my head. I was like, is there a cap on it? And I was like, yeah, there is a cap, but it's an insanely high cap. Commandeer Own comes out as they're continuing to push into bottom lane. Twilight Hammer and Twisting Nether for the Cho'Gall, so no upheaval to pull them in, which I feel like this is what I often do see, and this is what I often do play with Stark myself when I'm playing Gall, because this is at least my Gall build, and that's their Cho build, if I'm not mistaken. It's really, really fun. I highly recommend it. If they go into Leaden Orb at level 16, it's going to be really devastating for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, because Leaden Orb with the 1 second stun, especially with the level 4 with the increased dread radius, all of that, then you get the split bounces at level 13, then you have the Leaden at 16 for the actual stuns. Like, it gets terrifying. Like, Cho'Gall can just like perma-stun you in a fight, and it gets real obnoxious. 11's up on both sides, 3-3 in kills. Most of the heroics on the left-hand side burn, except for the Mosh Pit. We do have the Angelic Armament already used on the right, but that's about it for them, as the second objective will be up and available. We have some initial... Actually, no, it's pretty neck and neck already, as Joanna's going to Hearth back, and they should be joining to the friendly team here. No 13 talent tier yet on either side. Holding right now, as this is going to be the Skeletal Defenders mostly in favor for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. They're going to steal away a couple here and there with those Dread Orbs, as well as the Cho'Gall Shadow Flare. Brightwing with the Phase Shift, also that Peekaboo to provide some vision. Matlock coming in. That's going to be a Surging Fist with the Twisting the Other. They're going to dive onto onto Descolada, and they find that kill. That's going to be Blessed Shield onto Hovarth and to Desperado. I kept saying it backwards. Surging Fist forward. Do they have the damage with the Shadow Flare? It's not enough. 50 health is what they get out with, as the Ragnaros drops the lava wave through top, and they're going to get themselves a bit of experience right there. But this looks like it should be the objective going over to the side of Knights that stay bronze, as they should be able to push in through this bottom lane with Cho'Gall, Imperius, and Deckard. I'm assuming that Matlock on this Joanna is going to rotate off and just push in through mid lane and top. Actually, they really need to push back top so they don't miss out too much on experience, as well as the actual gate itself. You can actually see them mounting up and getting out of there, as the Punisher Frozen will be moving in through bottom. Oh my god. Commandeer Building is going to come into play here. I can't think of... Molten Core, there we go. Is going to come into play as they're going to mitigate some of the damage on this fort, pull the Punisher to the far side of this engagement to allow them to work on this so they're not really threatened by the enemy team. We do have Desperado coming into this as well, and they should be able to burn through it, but will the fort go down quick enough? They've got some decent siege here. They are going to lock down the tower with the Punisher, and that should actually allow them to finish that out. Cho'Gall will be able to get the well. They're going to Surging Fist up. They have a potion on the way out, and they're out of there. Decker Kane did go into super potions at level 13, which allows them to increase that healing by quite a bit, 120%. Twilight Nova for the Dread Orbs, and this is what I was talking about with the extra bounces, and you can also reverse that last bounce, so you can have it bounce out like this and then come back towards the center, so you can basically get like an initial stun, the secondary stun, and the reverse stun. You can get like three seconds of stun time, essentially. That's a Celestial Charge. They're diving in. That's a lot of damage onto this Imperious Stale while Enlisting goes out, but it actually will be on a 10-second cooldown. There's a Mosh Pit catching all three. Emerald Wind pushes them back in further, as that's the Deckard Kane and the Imperious getting picked off. A very well-placed Mosh Pit from Hovarth, setting up the friendly team for a double kill right there. Bottom lane has pressure coming in, and they can open things up further for themselves in mid lane if they wanted to with the camp. This would allow them to have extra pressure during the objective phase, but they're saying, no, we want the camp pressure for top lane. We want triple lane pressure overall, as Agpuds is going to go ahead and do their best to clear out the bottom lane. It should be called Commandeer Building, yeah. On this stream, we like to make up new things when I can't think of the actual talent during a team fight. So a good example is one time, and this is actually when it all started, is I couldn't think of Strafe for Vala in a team fight because no Valas ever really pick up Strafe. It's usually Rain of Vengeance, so I couldn't think of it during a team fight, and that's when Spinny Shooty Shot came out. And then we have things like Big Slappy Ghost instead of Ravenous Spirit for Nazebo. So it's a lot of things like that where I just can't remember in the moment, and we actually end up coming with something new. So I love Commandeer Building is very, very good. I agree, Timmy. They don't manage to invade on time. They did have the vision with the Eye of Cho'Garth. I forget the actual pronunciation, but either way, they have that vision provided. As bottom lane Fort's got 1,096 on that health pool. I don't believe the Lava Wave deals structural damage. Yeah, it doesn't. That was the meatball, or the shifting meteor that came down for a second right there. That was dealing damage. Cho'Gall just bounces around over here as they're just looking for 16 talents here through Matlock in top lane. Camp on the left-hand side to be grabbed. 5 up on both sides when it comes to our experience, and I'll be honest, or it comes to our kills. When it comes to experience, we are neck and neck right now, and it's been a great game number 1 for our final best of 3 here. Bottom lane is going to be 55 seconds on that camp. Next Punisher will be mid lane and is going to be Mortar. Let's just check really quickly and see, does Molten... Oh, no! Don't worry about me. Quality caster. Totally meant to push the button next to the bandit button. As I just want to see if the Molten Core is off cooldown, and it is. All right. No, Lava Wave doesn't deal structure damage. Yeah, for a second I was like, wait, does it? And I was like, no, it doesn't. It's just minions, yeah. Non-structure enemies in its path. There you go. That's a good sentence, or a good phrase to know offhand. Either way, objective phase is up. Matlock with the Condemn is going to get polymorph. There's going to be Cho'Gall coming in here. Commandeer Odin comes out from the Tychus. There's going to be a Mosh Pit that's actually anti-synergistic. I want to say there was an Emerald Wind from Brightwing that actually knocked them out of that. Hovarth is trying to get out, but Cho'Gall has the last little bit of damage. Deckard Kane for ETC. Matlock so very low on the right-hand side. Cho'Gall chasing out the Tychus, and there's the Leaden Orb value as we were talking about beforehand. They're just getting all these stuns on the enemy team. There's a Celestial Charge from the Imperious as they're going to actually catch the not the Imperious. They're going to catch the Ragnaros in the far rotation of this objective, and this is going to be top lane camp pushing onto a keep, but they're managing to get this objective. Well, it's going to be close here, actually. Tychus and Brightwing might try and steal a few. Actually, no, that's not going to be the case. Let's actually pull the talents back really quickly, because this is, I was talking about Leaden Orb from level 16 was absolutely terrifying in that fight. Deckard Kane is back up. Matlock going to be clearing that top lane, and this will be Mortar Punisher through mid lane in favor for the members of Knights that stay bronze. Gotta commend the builders and the Nexus for making their buildings lava-proof. Yeah. They actually, all the buildings are on stilts. It just doesn't show it very well. Like the base is just it's deceiving to the eye. Punisher pushing in through mid lane, 14 minutes in the game. Ragnaros comes back in 0 seconds. They have Lava Wave. They're going to drop that immediately as they spawn to split the enemy team out of the lane. They actually kind of step into this a little bit as they do get the fort phase shift from Brightwing coming through. Descolada split from the friendly team. If the Leaden Orb connects onto them, they could look for a potential setup for a kill. They actually do connect onto them. They're going to have the slows. Descolada so very low. Massive cleanse comes out, but it's not enough. There's going to be the Twisted Nether that gives a lot of damage onto Hovarth. There's also going to have the stay a while, and listen, they connect onto Desperado, who does go down. I thought the Twilight Hammer would save them. Punisher jumps over and finds the kill onto the ETC. Punisher goes down, but they still have a decent wave and a decent siege in here as they got 3 kills. And this Cho'Gall a little bit low, but some potions will be enough for them. Seems like they don't want to stay here too long. Surging Fist unsure. Gonna dive into the potion. I think they just back off, grab camps, and look for map pressure on the side of Knights that stay Browns. Now, I want to point this out. This is a big difference between a lot of the different tiers of play. I would say in a lot of the other, in like probably B and A, they would push this fort. I know there's no wave here, but they had Cho'Gall to anchor a little bit. They had Decker-Cane potions. They definitely had enough siege here, and they could have easily taken mid lane keep. What's happening right now is that this is going to give time for Brightwind to clear things out. Ragnaros can go into top lane and still pick up experience, and bottom lane will get pushed in, so that way Brightwind can then just rotate over there, or maybe Raynor or someone can grab the experience and catch it. The big thing that I want to point out right now is that they're not denying the enemy team really anything here. The enemy team is still going to be able to catch up in some of their experience because the waves are going to get pushed into them. The camps are going to be able to help amplify that or speed things up. And since they're not threatening much, this is just one of those moments where the enemy team's all going to respawn. They can get back control of their lanes and get close to that level 20. So little tip in my book right now, I would say in that situation right there, I think you could have definitely pushed up onto the keep, or at least got a little bit more siege or structural damage onto it, due to the fact that all that was defending was a Tychus and Brightwing, and if they stepped into you definitely had the opportunity to shut them down. Regardless, 20 talent tier is still here. Ragnaros showing in top lane. Lava Wave down for the next 9 seconds, and this is going to be them stepping in here, potentially opening things up. There's going to be Leaden Orb coming out, but no value onto anyone. The reason they're also pushing this bottom lane is because the next objective will be bottom lane. Is going to be Arcane. There's a Leaden Orb stun, but they don't step up into the enemy team. Bless Shield's up and available if they can play off of that. They're also making sure they don't step into those Leaden circles anymore, as you can see them really making sure they split from those. Ragnaros pushing the top lane fairly hard as they can see 5 members down in this bottom lane. Jazzy, thank you for the massive raid. Shad Twist another into this. That's going to be Lib taking a lot of damage as the Lava Wave comes through as well. Ragnaros still pushing up the top lane, trying to get a keep over there as the Commandeer Odin comes in from Tychus as well. Poking out from Cho'Gall here and there, but the 20 talent tiers come through on the left-hand side. They mount up, and they've lost their top lane keep. This is actually, overall, even though they lost 3 members in that last engagement, this is an overall win for the side of Knights that stay, or excuse me, for Cool Cats and Kittens, because they didn't lose a structure. They didn't lose anyone else. They forced back the enemy team. They found 20 talent here, and this is where I'm saying in those moments where you have an opportunity to take a fort, even though you don't have a wave, you should be pressing onto the structure because you definitely could have been able to get a keep in this mid lane, at least with the siege they had active. Regardless, Arcane Punisher for bottom lane will be coming through. Top lane does have a double Shaman camp. They're actually delayed a little bit out as top lane, excuse me, the left-hand side just got picked up and the right is already on the far side of this engagement. So this is going to give priority on the positional side to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, as they really don't have anything to do on the map outside of, well, get on the objective and get ready. Lava Wave was picked up at level 20, or excuse me, the Lava Surge, I think is is level 20 upgrade, so it's going to be cooldown reduction on that as well as a second charge. Hovarth is going to be death metal, so if they get picked off here, they're going to be looking to if they're going down, they're going to look to position bad so that way they can get picked off a lot faster. Twisted Nether, they're going to be coming out. They're going to find a triple kill off of that. Desperado actually doesn't go down. I called that way too early. They found a double kill off of that. I almost thought that they had the Tychus Angelic Armament out. Hovarth is just looking to not really get picked off, as they're going to have a whole lot into them when it comes to damage. Descolada still being chased by the Cho'Gall. This is such a split fight as they still have the camp in top lane coming through. Hovarth will sidestep the Celestial Charge, and this is ETC taking them on a bit of an adventure, and they end up going down. The Death Mosh catches 3. Camp will step into range of the core, so this will get burned down. I don't think this will end game whatsoever, but still, I think they're going to need to send someone back to at least deal with the catapults, because, well, those are going to be a bit of a nuisance. They are heading for 331 right now, 354 for the one that just came in, and you can see, yeah, Matlock's already up here. I think they're going to use the Shield Glare to mitigate some of that damage, and Imperius will finish out the Shrine while they get the keep in this bottom lane. This is actually a really good call. Like, this right here, this is a great example of what to do while you have an advantage like that. Commandeer Odin does come out. They do have that big red button just to kind of force back the enemy team. Imperius will finish this objective out. Top lane was pushed back 1 wave. 354 for the catapults currently, and this will be Matlock and Smoke finishing out the objective to push this in through bottom lane. Arcane Punisher, fairly strong. We'll see what happens right here. Kalis, thank you for shouting out Jazzy. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friend. Jazzy, I hope you had a wonderful stream today. Interesting, I'm back here again. Eddie, you've never left. You've always been here. Big red button value, top lane. If honest to God, if the members of Knights That Stay Bronze lose this push through bottom lane, this is game in favor for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Massive swing from this Ragnaros who went to the Molten Core form. There's gonna be the Twist Nether out from the Cho'Gall, who's actually gonna pop their Molten block. They get so very low. They're just trying to back out of this right now, I think, as there's gonna be a cleanse on the Brightwing. I think they use the Gladiator's Medallion. The Punisher jumping backwards onto them. Cho'Gall gonna be diving in. That's a bit of an aggressive dive from Cho'Gall, but they get out with a couple hundred health. Meanwhile, the Punisher's on the core, and they found the kill onto Joanna. She did finish the subdue, but that's typically the trade. On average, you finish subdue and you get the trade. You end up going down. But Punisher not able to end, only getting 4% off the core. Keep in this bottom lane is going to help out. Imperius going to be Hearthing back, but this does not end our game, ladies and gentlemen. 14% off the core on the left and 6% off the core on the right. We are not done just yet. I had a nice, short, sweet, awesome stream. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cough, cough, Jazzy. What do you mean? What do you mean, Eddie? You've never left. Cho'Gall at 100 health. Dear Lord. This game, I'm honestly, like, I love this. This is absolutely wild. This is also why I love casting Division D, because it's just like some of the plays, some of the aggression, and some of the aggression in some of these plays is absolutely just mind blowing. And I love it. I love it. I love all the different ranks, but I don't know. Something about Division D is always really fun to cast. Not to like shame them or anything like that. Like I'm not trying to like be like, oh, like look at how bad they are. It's just it's a different way to approach the game, and it makes these really engaging and really entertaining matches where it's just like, oh god, like they couldn't end right there. They were so close to ending, but they were diving out underneath that keep for so long that they just got whittled down and they were forced away with the Punisher that could have ended game through bottom lane. Regardless, top lane pressure coming through. Next Punisher will be frozen in mid lane. Both are going to be facing onto a keep, but more advantageous for the side of Knights That Stay Bronze, as they would be pressing straight onto the keep rather than a keep front gate. That's a blessed shield. They're just trying to just CC the ETC to death, as they're gonna get a mosh pit, and then here's the thing, they're gonna get a death mosh on top of that. That's gonna be Imperius just staying still for so long. Decker Kane goes down as well as said Imperius, and now Ang Puddins is trying to just surging fist out. Matlock will go down as well. Lava wave through top lane, and realistically, the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, you rush through top, you end game. You've got catapults already on core that are chunking the health. A lava wave just really worked out for you super well right there. Commandeer Odin is going to poke out here and there, but you run it through top lane and you end it through game, or you end the game. All right, whatever. I never left. Exactly. Yeah, that's my whole point. Is you've always been here. You've never left, Eddie. There's a horror movie that's very much like that, where it's just like, it's like, oh, I'm so glad to be back. It's like, what do you mean? You've never left. You've always been here. That kind of thing. Beowulf getting very low. Emerald Wind to save the Beowulf as they're going to pop the Molten Core. They're going to try and step up and end game, as Cho'Gall is defending this fairly well. But realistically, between Raynor and Tychus, they have more than enough damage. Cho'Gall is going to find the kill into them, but the Ragnaros will have enough damage into this, I hope. They will end up taking the game right there. 23 minutes in. GG. Well played to Cool Cats and Kittens. Cho'Gall versus the world, right? Oh, always watching you. Thank you. See, Desert Jester. Yeah. Bahamut. What's up, Dorkster? How you doing, bud? Close game one for real, Jake. Ooh, a very good game one.
We're dead.
All right, I might have missed if someone said it in chat. Are there any good horror movies to watch? Any newer ones? I just watched The Babysitter, the sequel that they made on Netflix. Pretty good. But I think I was going to try and watch one horror movie before bed tonight. Because it's October. Also, as I said beforehand, Jazzy, thank you for the raid. Thank you, Jazzy. All right, talents once again as we're figuring out the map, and we'll get going here in just 1 second for our next lobby. I actually might run to the bathroom really quick. Alrighty, back to Bandit and I don't watch that genre, too spooky. I love horror movies. I love them. Bandit Pets? Okay. It's September, not October, so if Christmas crap starts on November 1st, Halloween stuff starts on September 1st, all right? That's my fact for you. All right, Veronica's good. All right, I'll have to check that out. Rika Leak, how you doing, bud? There's one I forgot. Oh, Victoria. Okay. I might have accidentally said October. I'll be honest. Full sky. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly, everybody. Don't go anywhere. And then we'll do Bandit Pets and then we'll get in the game. Okay. All right, Bandit Pets. Good boy. All right, we have a draft. Hold on. Get Bandit Pets. This is kind of important. Wait. Okay. All right. I'm gonna adjust that so you can't see it anymore. Let's get a game. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. They are going to be up one in our best of 3 series. On the right is going to be Knights That Stay Bronze. And if you're sitting at home enjoying the Bandit Pets that you just saw, but wondering how we got to Volskaya Foundry, I got you covered, my friends. The home team this evening is going to be members of Cool Cats and Kittens. They won the coin flip initially, opting for first pick for game number 1. They banned out Alterac Pass and Dragonshire. Tomb of Spider Queen and Towers of Doom were banned up by the members of Knights That Stay Bronze. Infernal Shrines was the first map chosen by them and lost by them. The losing team can either choose first pick or map pick priority. First pick was chosen by the members of Knights That Stay Bronze, so map pick goes over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, and they have decided to take us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. Let's get back into our draft and see what we have here so far, as the Cho is going to be banned out. Rude, as that is unfortunate, but they're going to respect it apparently. They're respecting, because apparently Cool Cats and Kittens are the ones who take the Cho Gull. Sorry, I missed a little bit of chat. Sorry about that. But November 1st is still the same month as Thanksgiving. September 1st isn't even the same month as Halloween. Right, Lesh, but my whole point is not about Thanksgiving. I misspoke. People start doing Christmas stuff on November 1st. So if you can do Christmas stuff on November 1st, you can do Halloween stuff on September 1st. Like, that's my whole point, is like, if Christmas lasts for basically 2 months, why shouldn't Halloween? That's my whole thing. But they won. Wait, what? Who won? Wait, adults with diaper? No, we don't get adult diaper. Ooh, but what?
The wait is over.
In what Twisted Dimension do toilet breaks have priority over bandit pets? The fact that I can give you better bandit pets when I don't need to run to the bathroom. All right, let's focus on the draft here because we have an ETC Brightwing for the left-hand side, so standard start for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. We do see that Amalthea will be banned out as well. Decker, Kane, Joanna, and Cassia on the right. Not a whole lot of mosh pit interrupts, though. Well, you know, they could go into... No, they've got Stay a While. They've got Bless Shield. They could go Valkyrie if they wanted. So they do have a couple. I can go into any department store now and find Chris. See, Ghost Bear, that's my point. You should be able to go into any department store and find Halloween stuff right now. Sorry, I really, really like Halloween. I enjoy Christmas. Like, it's my dad's birthday. My birthday's right around it, but just Halloween. I don't know. There's something about it. I have a lot more fun. Oh, it's because everyone would hang out with me during Halloween. No one hang out with me during Christmas time during my birthday because that's when finals are in school. So that's why I like it more. Kale thoughts to be grabbed on the left-hand side. We also have a Zarya. Ooh. So Zarya for some protection there. So we still need a solo lane on the left-hand side for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. On the right for the Knights that stay bronze, we have Deckard, Kane, Joanna, Cassia. They're going to need some sort of mage here. So Jaina actually wouldn't be a bad idea whatsoever. Bless Shield into Ring of Frost with a Ball Lightning. Stay a While and Listen could be a setup too. And that gives them good wave clear. And then they can go into something when it comes to the solo lane. The Leoric actually would be great here with the Jaina as well. Or even the Ball Lightning. They're going to go Li Ming Zul though. Okay. Zul is going to provide good wave clear, provides good single target lockdown to maybe let the Cassia and Li Ming burst onto a single hero, or they can follow up or even set up the Deckard Kane Scroll of Sealing. So I really like the Zul. It's gonna be strong for them here on the side of Knights that stay bronze. But the last pick for this left-hand side, they need more damage in my opinion, and a Rainer would actually work out here, but they need a solo into the Zul. What's going to be their wave clear? Tahaka's not that strong, but does have good wave clear. Leoric's an option, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's going to be Falstead. I actually, you know what? I'm all for this, actually. I don't think Zarya will be the solo lane. I feel like Falstead would be. We'll have to see here, actually, because it could be either or. Based on who's on what role currently, and based on the previous game, unless they have kind of flexible characters, Zarya's looking like the solo lane into Zul. No, into Matlock? Into Zul? I don't know, I can't keep up. Halloween is best holiday. Yeah, see? Watch Asylum Korean film. Oh, is it on Netflix or something, Dorkster? December 4th birthday. I feel the finals during your birthday very... Yeah, Lesh. My birthday is December 16th, which was literally the smack dab of finals always. And, yeah, I can't tell you how many birthday parties people didn't come to where they were like, dude, I can't, I'm sorry. It happens. You know what I ended up doing? My two best friends who lived next door to me, I ended up just hanging out with them, and it was great. I had a lot of good birthdays with just them. I don't feel angry. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get into the game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Knights. Excuse me, not Knights. We have the Cool Cats and Kittens who are up 1 in our best of 3 series. Desperado will be on the Falstead. I'm very sorry about your name, or messing up your name, is going to be on the Brightwing. Beowulf will be on that. Zarya, Descalada on the Kael'thas, and we have Hovarth on the ETC. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Knights that stay bronze trying to take us to a game number 3. Flying Spuds will be on the Li Ming. Silver Spy on the Deckard. Angry Smurf will be on the Cassia. Matlock will be on the Joanna. And over in the solo lane, we've got Smoke on the Zul. Let's get into mid, and first check out our level 1s as well as what our initial engagement will look like. Falstead will be Wingman Stacks, gonna build up that Lightning Rod bonus damage. You know me, I always like to harp about full W build, and you don't go Boomerang or anything like that because of subsequent strike value into level 13 and blah 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 blah, as you've heard me probably rant about it a million times. But if you don't need the wave clear from Boomerang, subsequent, like the level 7 subsequent strikes or additional strikes in range, yeah, I believe it adds extra strikes and adds range. That's a really, really powerful talent because it pairs into level 13, in my opinion, where you can get these subsequent strike values. So if you're adding additional lightning rod strikes and you have a talent that scales per strike hitting a hero, that seems like it would pair very well together. So That's typically what I go into unless I need the boomerang. If you need the boomerang for the wave clear, then you kind of have to go into that, which is it's not bad, it's not great. It's one of those things where it's just kind of in between a little bit. Zarya just gonna be trying to eat up some of that shielding because they are maximum charge at level 1, so they're trying just to purposely take damage to stay high on that energy bar. Meanwhile, they're gonna jump over here and help out the friendly team to basically keep their energy bar up. They're literally trying to tank damage purposefully to finish this out because the additional 20 charge is gonna be very beneficial for Zarya overall, especially to get that done before the first objective phase. 3-3 in our levels. We have 0 kills, but there is an invade onto this camp over here. Li Ming gonna back off as Hovarth has found the powers, or not even the power slide in. They're just stepping into them. Smoke getting very low. Nice face melt from Hovarth just to zone them back as they power slide through onto Matlock, but ETC getting very low. The Fend is gonna find a lot of damage. They don't get the lightning strike into them. That was a very close hit onto ETC, which might have been enough for the kill, but it looks like Matlock still got this. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't see anyone with an item. I was like, did they actually place it then burn it immediately? No, actually, excuse me. The members of Cool Cats and Kittens, they did burn theirs. I thought I saw a turret go down on the ground, so they were trying to utilize their turret to burn down the enemy team a little bit faster, add kind of the little extra sustained damage, kind of like a little mini Tychus. So far, Fall says following the Bahamut guide to staying in gold. No, I'm just kidding. If you've never tried it, go full W build. So, as I said, so long as you don't need the actual boomerang at level 7, it's like at 13, your single target damage is really, 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 really annoying. I personally love it. Anyways, it's off YouTube, might be on Netflix. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Thank you. They should have Sonya'd into Zul. That would have been a good idea. I'm interested to see why the Zarya. It doesn't seem like doesn't seem like they're losing out bottom lane, which is not surprising, but it's a good thing for them because into a Zul, that's a little difficult. Zul's wave clear, especially because the fact that he can also increase the minion wave is something to be cautious about here. And I don't know, it's just interesting. It's interesting how they managed to not mitigate, but just not really worry too much about the Zul pressure and just constantly not really losing the lane, but not winning it. Like this right here, they're just kind of being neutral with it. And this is great. Like in a solo lane situation, you don't always have to be pressing on the front gate and being the aggressor. You can sometimes just let the lane crash into you, push back, and just play around the fact that the enemy team will have to step into you. Zarya did finish their level 1 questing talent already in 3 minutes and 40-some seconds into the game, and so they'll have that extra 20 charge on them. We do see that 12 out of the 20 stacks will be available for that Kael'thas on the the Mana Addict at level 1, so that'll once they get the 20 stacks, they have the Arcane Barrier, so they can utilize the current mana pool that Kael'thas has. So if his mana pool is 755, that's how big the shield is going to be when they do hit that 1 key. But right now that's not the case because they don't have the 20 stacks, so they don't have that activatable as Descalada is sitting at 200 and something health, able to back out 50-some% on the point for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, as the Knights that stay bronze are going to be getting the charge here in their favor. Let's take a quick peek. Falstead with 5% bonus. They're going to bribe 1 unit right there. Smoke sees this over here, and they're going to invade onto the camp. Falstead will get hit with the Bone Prison, doesn't barrel roll away. The friendly team going to try and invade onto this. A little bit of a kind of collapse coming in here as there's a phase shift from the Brightwing. We just heard the global voice line from Kael'thas as the world is upside down. I believe Smoke was able to steal away the camp as well, so while Desperado did get 10% on their Lightning Rod damage, they actually did go into subsequent strikes as well, so Desperado's following my I'm gonna mock myself and say it's potato build, but honest to God, I think in the later half of the game, this is Desperado's gonna be really chunking in some damage at level 13. We'll have to see what happens here as they actually get chunked themselves. There's a lot of potions on the ground from the Deckard Cain with the Ruby from level 4. It was nerfed in a most recent patch. It went from 10-second cooldown into a 20-second cooldown. The power slide from Hovarth will save them right there. You can see really quickly, yeah, the Ruby is unchanged though when it comes to the actual healing output as well as the amount of potions that do drop on the ground. The only thing that was changed was just the literal cooldown on it was added 10 seconds. Deckard Cain just throwing out some CC to force back the enemy team. Desperado just working on the wave, continuing to build those stacks as they are, as I said, at 10%, and they have 20 right now, or 20 bribe stacks, or 20 units killed stacked up. There we go. Which means they can bribe 1 unit. For every 1 unit you bribe, you get 5%. So if they want to bribe over this camp over here fully, they need they need 60 stacks, and that'll give them 15% total on their bonus lightning rod damage when they do that. That's going to be a cleanse from Brightwing to get the Kael'thas out of there. They're going to throw some damage back into the enemy team. This is going to be a contested point in favor for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, as ETC is going to get the cleanse onto them, as they actually popped it way too early. Phase shift from the Brightwing will be coming through as well. Gladiator's Medallion, I believe, was used on Hovarth. Yeah, they had just used it. It was just slightly too early, as Flying Spuds is going to get saved by the Condemn from Matlock, if I'm not mistaken. That actually pulled the Falstad further away, so they were not able to get the subsequent strike onto Flying Spuds, who ends up losing the Decker Cane next to them. They throw in a combo as they end up getting the Zarya, but they end up losing their Joanna. Smoke very low here as well. One auto's enough. Flying Spuds so very low, and so is Angry Smurf, but the overtime goes over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, and they're able to grab themselves the Punisher. The standard that we see from the Punisher is mid lane, you get a little damage on the gate, you rotate into top, and you get the well up there, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. They're going to throw the Rocket Glove back. Descolada could actually finish out that tower if they want to. No, actually, no, the Minion Wave will maybe even do that. Li Ming will come here and stall things out a little bit, so Hovarth is like, I want to get experience? No, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they want. What I do know what they want is they want this front gate in top lane, and they want to go for the well. Reason being is you get rid of the lane sustain during the objective phase, and that means that it is going to be a more difficult objective for them to sustain over. The reason being is they can't just back off, tap well, get mana and healing. They're going to have to back off and get healing from Decker Cane. Mana will be something they have to rotate into mid lane to potentially get from at least a well, or all the way back towards their keep in top lane. So just a little play right there, just as I was noting. Like, that's why we're seeing, and I always mention this because it's a standard rotation, but some people just might not know. Barrel from Falstad, that's going to be Cassia being pushed and pulled around. They tried to fend into the Falstad, flying in as there was an Emerald Wind on the far side of that, pushing them further away, and the Expulsion Zone from Zarya. So very well played by Cool Cats and Kittens as they find the pick onto Cassia. It is a Valkyrie Cassia. We do see Falstad flying into bottom lane to be able to pick up more experience. 35 stacks on them, as they do have 15% on the bonus lightning rod damage. So with the one more minion right now, they can bribe 2 units, which will actually be these right here. Oh wait, no, you need one more Falstad. Desperado just needs that one minion, unfortunately, but they'll be able to finish this out regardless. And what's the camp on the right-hand side? It's actually going to be 24 seconds. For some reason, it's not showing up on our minimap. Might be a little bugged out. Either way, we are going to be seeing Zarya finish out the camp on the left-hand side, Zul to be back into bottom lane, and it looks like Falstad is that lightning rod build, as I was mentioning beforehand. I mean, my whole argument is if you're building into it and you go fully into it, it's just strong. It's just strong. Have I seen VHS? I love VHS. Very, very good movies. Baja Gold? Yeah, I'm gold. Leeming at 6 HP at one point? Dear Lord. Not even 800 HP combined by the two in the end of that fight? I know, Desert. That's wild. That was a good fight, yeah. No, the VHS movies, I've seen all those. I've seen a lot of horror movies. I was just trying to see if there's anything that snuck by that I haven't found out. I might just watch Gens again, because that's just such a good movie. And it's just horrific and beautiful. They're gonna push into the top lane. Control point B isn't even, oh my god, they just threaded the needle onto that. Li Ming goes down to the Falstad damage, and this is what I'm talking about. Lightning Rod deals 20% more damage each subsequent strike. Look at Smoke's health right now. I know they actually pop bone armor, so my argument's kind of moot right now, but I don't know, Falstad, look at, I'm just saying, look at this, it's a little terrifying. Top lane, they're gonna still push in here as Phase Shift comes out from the Brightwing. The reason I'm harping on this, if any of you are wondering, is because the level 7 and the level 13 pair well together, but oftentimes you don't take that level 7 because of the fact that you need Boomerang for the wave clear. In this case, it doesn't seem like they really care about that, or they're just like, oh, I'll go Bahamut build and make him feel happy about his build, and as it's gonna be working out, that's gonna be great Expulsion Zone to force them back. But the whole thing here is level 7, you have charged up, increase the number of lightning rod strikes by 2 and its range by 25. 2 strikes, you would think that that's whatever. Range, okay, that's pretty nice, but here's the thing. Lightning rod deals 20% more damage each subsequent strike, so you've just added 2 extra strikes that are now going to be scaling that up. And I don't actually know off the top of my head how many you deal. So you deal an additional 130 damage over 4 seconds while close to the target. So you basically, I would say maybe you probably get like 6 off. There's probably 1 per second, so you get 6 of those off, so you're raising that to 120% by the 6th strike, if my caster math is correct, because there's no cap on it. Deals 20% more damage, so you can scale that up by 120, I think, roughly. We'll have to try and count strikes one time. Flying Spuds tries to go for the fancy blink at the last second to dodge the damage, but they don't manage to do it, and they still don't go down, but Gonna have to get some healing from Decker Kane as the point will be opening up here. 15 to 13 in levels. I realize that I haven't cycled through any of the other numbers in a little bit, so let's go ahead and do that to get an idea of what the damage, experience, and healing is looking like for these players. As Falstad is currently sitting at 30% bonus damage on the Lightning Rod. And then you have the level 13. I know I'm harping on this so much, but still. Have you seen Hashtag Live? I started watching it, but I couldn't get into it for some reason. I don't know. I'll have to maybe try again. I just it wasn't hitting me right, or I don't know what it was. Either way, Falstad gusts the opposite way. I think they might have been trying to get a single target pushed away, or it might have just been a panic gust in the wrong direction. Regardless, that's going to be that down for now. Moshpit still up and available from ETC. Lei Ming trying to poke out here and there. Control point B at 50% in favor for the members of our blue team. Cool Cats and Kittens going to be sealing away this camp, though. Adding some pressure into top lane. And Brightwing will sit on the point. I believe they should have phase shift up and available. 10 seconds on that one, so a little risky here, but they're feeling like they're going to be able to get the value they need. Condemn coming in. There's going to be the cleanse onto ETC. I believe that was the Gladiator's Medallion. Falstad will go down. ETC looking to maybe mosh into the enemy team. Realizes this is not worth it. Does end up going down, and Flying Spuds is getting reset after reset. Beowulf trying to get out of here. Brightwing does back off the point. Expulsion Zone will force them back as they manage to get the Lei Ming kill from the Zarya. They actually pick up the turret as well. They drop the turret immediately. Lub is coming over here with the phase shift to help out, and this is a stalled out point. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. They do get the Triglav Protector. Brightwing is going to sneak over there. I thought they still had some time left on that charge, but Brightwing was up there long enough. Now, here's the thing, though, chat. The Triglav Protector has a timer, and it is going. Look at Silver Spy is like, let me get a hit on this. Let me just go beat up this Triglav Protector. Now, to note, the Gunner can get in without being interrupted. You will take damage, but the Gunner can get in without being interrupted and could actually bring it back so that Brightwing can get in, but unfortunately, Beowulf will get picked off, and now this is a wasted Triglav Protector. Such value for the members of the Knights That Stay Bronze. Love. This is playing with fire. Here's the Blessed Shield comes out. They pull in with the Condemn. Subdue with the slow. Desperado trying to come in here as well. 50% left in 40-some seconds. Desperado throws a hammering out. Brightwing manages to get in. There's a gust to force them back. There's going to jump onto the Joanna. Hovarth does have Moshpit if they want to try and lock one down, but they don't go for it. Didn't the teleport trick get patched out a while back? Yeah, it did. It did. It got patched out. In the same vein as Train to Busan is good though. That trait Busan, like, oh my god. I watched that and I was like, I went into that with a undervalued mentality to the movie. Like, I was like, oh, this will be good, but like not that good. I don't know. Really, really entertaining. Really enjoyed that one, but I couldn't get into it live. I don't know what it was. Some about it was just like, I didn't watch a ton of it, but still. Falstad did go into the afterburn, that's why you saw them just kind of jut across the screen really quickly. Let's see what they have with their bribe stacks. 41 and 30%, so they can actually bribe away 2 units over there, but they're gonna get killed. They're gonna get killed, but that's gonna be the Kael'thas going down. I don't know how they got eradicated, but they did. And now they're coming in for this invade. There's gonna be the expulsion zone to buy a little bit of time. They need to burn through this very, very quickly. Face melt from the ETC will force them back for a second, but they jump on the point. There's gonna be the gust from the Falstad. The Moshpit comes out. There was an Iron Skin used by the Joanna. They're still on the point, and smoke coming in here. They steal away the camp. Can the members of the Knights That Stay Bronze be able to take us to a game 3 here? Because the late game momentum in their favor is blowing up. Flying Spuds is popping off. What is the damage for them right now? 44,000 heroic damage on Flying Spuds. Absolute insanity coming out from them as they're just getting reset after reset. Kael'thas got deleted, yeah. It's still, though, here's the thing. With these late game kills, they're starting to close the experience gap that has formed. It's going to be 18 to 18. 7 to 6 in kills. Falstad barrel rolling forward into the enemy team. Flying Spud to be the target for that. Phase shift from the right wing coming in as well. Kael'thas joining into the friendly team. They have a camp in top lane to push out, so delaying them out here is the best opportunity. Desperado trying to chase onto smoke. Looking for them right here is just gonna kind of fly around as they're a little split from the friendly team. Fen coming out. Desperado gets the barrel roll out. Gets the distance increased as well from the afterburner, as we noted beforehand. Not distance, excuse me, the movement speed. And top lane will be dealt with here. I wonder if they try and push into bottom once the enemy team does show in top. Let's actually jump onto the blue side vision just to see what they're seeing in this late game intense moment. As they see Zul in bottom, they see Li Ming, Cassia top lane. What now? What's the game plan here on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens? Aggressive rotations over here. This is a very aggressive rotation to make. Typically, teams will just make it from this left-hand side. Descalada making the getting a little workout on their There was a sexual joke in there, but we're not. We're not. Wait, what, Bahamut? Say what? Wait, what? Wait, what, Bahamut? Say what? Hmm? What? Hmm? I'm confused. 71 stacks currently on the Falstead, as they can bribe 3 total units. 9 more stacks they could bribe 4, but there are no 4 stack camps on this map. Bottom lane fort will be going down as they are going to push in through top lane. Do they just try and keep off this? 13 seconds. They have got really good siege damage. Enemy team starting to hearth. Do they actually see them hearthing in the bottom lane? They don't, but I think they expect them to be hearthing right now. This is just a pull. Like, they still have Gust from Falstead, too. They could actually Gust away and then just try and burn this down still. Valkyrie from the Cassia comes out, doesn't connect. There's gonna be an Emerald Wind from the Brightwing. There's an Expulsion Zone from the Zarya, and they utilize a couple heroics, but they're not the longest cooldown. And the objective's up. They've pulled them off that point, and they can find themselves 20 talent tiers. Falstead just flies on over to bottom lane, pick up a couple more stacks right here. Could also bribe away this camp, getting themselves 10 more bonus damage on that lightning rod. And I'm harping on that just because they're full on stacks. That's the only reason why. And they are currently at 30%. That would rise them up to 40, which would, I mean, as I keep saying, they're on they're on the W build. You might as well try and get those bribes real quick for yourself. Okay. Ooh. 44 stacks, by the way, in the Kael'thas. What is their actual mana pool looking like? 1,365. Expulsion Zone on the point. Iron Skin used by the Johannes. They're able just to grab this. Actually, no, they can't even grab it because they they already had a turret. 20's up on both sides. Falstead is the wind tunnel. What's the Expulsion Zone? It's just the increased zoning? Increased duration and cooldown reduction. Okay. I thought they had a larger diameter, but either way. Control point. Ooh, overtime gonna be going over, and they're gonna hold this for now. ETC in a bit of an awkward spot. Gust coming out from the Falstead. ETC blinks to the far side of this. The wind tunnel saving ETC for now, as they're also able to get the guitar solo off, and they'll give this over for a few moments here. Top lane pressure really starting to mount. Are they gonna go for the same play? Do they just try and end through top lane and pull them off this? Yes, they're not showing. I don't know. Let's see here. Zarya just showing. I want to see. Oh, Zarya was faking this, and they're going over here. Expulsion Zone used. They get the keep. They also get the biotic emitter. Are they trying to end? Falstead has a couple bribe stacks here too, so they could utilize at least 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think they needed it, but I don't know. Building up your Falstead, just keep building them up. That right there could have been a great opportunity to get 60% on your light bonus, or excuse me, 50% on your bonus lightning rod damage, at least from 2 units. But they jump back into point with 80-some%. Camp and top lane coming on through. This is looking very, very, very scary for the members of Knights That Stay Bronze. Descolada coming in, Expulsion Zone to be used, Mosh Pit there, there's going to be a Wind Tunnel, everything layered on top of each other. There's going to be the Cleanse out from Brightwing, Emerald Wind as well. They're so very low. There's going to be the Healing Emitter on the Biotic Emitter on the ground to save Lub. Oh my god, if Lub didn't get that Biotic Emitter, that would have been just them dying to damage over time, but Smoke is getting very low. The subsequent strike value coming in right there, and there you go. There's my entire argument for it right now, is because they got 1 kill, that's why you should pick it up. Meanwhile, top lane does have a camp coming through and does have a catapult. These catapults are hitting for 331 roughly, as Matlock coming back to defend against the core. This is going to be a Punisher that's, I would expect, to be mitigated. There's going to be just the damage and the subsequent strike value coming out onto this Triglav Protector, but there's going to be a Zool down for the next 40-some seconds. They're going to look to push in through bottom lane. This game is not over just yet, but they're going to open things up further on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze with this Triglav Protector. Control Point C Triglav Protector as well. Not able to end the game. Bit of a rough spot to be in, but they're going to even things up here. The map is actually fairly open between both the teams. Just keep advantage as well as a fort advantage for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Bless Shield comes out, keeping them in front of this gate, but the Expulsion Zone is going to be there as well to zone them back as well. And this is just going to be the keep front gate still being burned down by the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. The Knights That Stay Bronze actually had Falstead pushing back the Triglav Protector. They're going to get hit by a Rocket Glove. That's a terrifying pyroblast, but I don't think it finds the damage they need for a kill. Expulsion zone once again. Hovarth is just anchoring and just tanking the damage for this, as they're going to take some shielding from Beowulf as well to build up their own shielding. And this keep is getting a little too scary for them right now, so they'll back off. Falstead flying over here into bottom lane once again just to peek on these. I don't think they bribed anything, so still 67 stacks on that, or still 67 units available, or whatever you want to call them. They have the expulsion zone once again. They're zoning them and holding them this bottom lane to, one, get the keep, but two, this means that constant catapult pressure will come through top lane. 400 auto attack damage from the catapults. That's gonna be a condemn coming in. Matlock maybe setting up for a potential kill. Beowulf stays alive. The gust is gonna save them as well. I cannot believe it, but Beowulf lives and the actual keep goes down in the bottom lane, which means consistent catapult there as well. And now control point A shouldn't be too far off from the announcement, as Beowulf, you should have died twice over right there, my friend. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as Falstead should come through and bribe both of those. Don't know if they got both the bribes. Regardless, I can cheat. Oh, then they did. They had like 60 something beforehand, so it was like super close. They are probably sitting at like what, 55, 60%. It's very, very, very high when it comes to the Falstead actual scaling right now, because we are very late in this game. 55%. Whew. The members of the Knights that stay bronze are, it's just such a scary spot to be in. I know I keep saying it's scary, but literally, like, the enemy team's just rotating around the map, and you don't have a Joanna for the next 6 seconds. Play this safe and just turtle up and let them take any camp that they want. Give them the opportunity to maybe step too far forward into the lanes. Flying Spuds, though, trying to throw a couple combos out here. Beowulf just tanking damage to be able to build up the energy value. And they're going for triple keep. Falstead gonna be flying over. I think they have another bribe? At least 2, right? No, wow, not even 1, unfortunately. Just gonna be shy of one of those bribe stacks, so they'll just be fully burning that down. They did use flights, full 75-second cooldown, because they are going to be wind tunnel level 20, so no epic mount for, I believe, a 40-second cooldown, because I believe it takes it from 75 to 40 seconds for the global. Okay. This is just, I keep saying it's tense, but like literally, what do they do? What do they do on the side of the red team? Zarya showing in mid lane. Enemy team going to be coming out as well. Flying Spuds will be the initial target for Falstead, who's finding those, like, do you see the damage? They went down to half health. Speaking of half health, that's going to be the Falstead going down. They dropped their turret. I think Hovarth managed to pick it up as they power slid in. They do have the Encore from level 13, which is cooldown reduction by 7.2 seconds per enemy hero hit by face melt and the Encore speaker, and that is not capped per hero or single. Like, it's just, if someone stands in both, you're going to get 14.4 seconds off from your cooldown, and so that's just a lot of value right there. Unfortunately, ETC has not dropped many moshes. They end up losing the kill fest. They lose the ETC. Li Ming popping off. This is a control point A open and available, and that's not when you want to lose anybody. Flying Spuds, though, chasing very far out, but they have no fort to retreat to. Valkyrie. Okay, I wasn't sure if Valkyrie was up and available. Ironfire, thank you for resubscribing with your Twitch Prime. Thank you for the 3 months of support, my friend. So control point A is open and available. We have got 40 seconds on the Kael'thas, 20, the caster math coming out right here. I don't think they have time for this. I really don't think they have time. Like, the respawn timers I don't think are going to be quick enough. They do see Zool in top lane. They could look for an advantageous fight down while someone's sitting on the point, but it's unfortunately not going to be quick enough. 20, this is going to be close. Kael'thas and ETC are going to be spawning near to when this pops up. I'm sitting here. I'm tense for both of these teams right now because I'm not sure who's going to take this. Do we go to a game 3? Is it possible? 9-9 in kills, 23-23 in our levels, 59 stacks on the Kael'thas. Oh, condemn. There's a lot of damage into Desperado. There's going to be the Valkyrie comes out, but the structure's going to be slightly too much in the way. Zool did push a couple waves out of top lane, so they don't have to worry about that. Catapult hitting for 512. Bottom catapults are coming through though right now. They need to be conscious of that as well. Trigla Protector, everyone's up and available, but this Trigla Protector, it slaps pretty hard. The health bar itself is going to be 38,000, so it's just shy of 40,000 health on this Trigla Protector. The actual raid boss coming in through this mid lane, they're trying to end game right now. Flying Spuds is doing their best to throw out combos to weaken the enemy team. This is going to be the Trigla Protector immediately jumping onto the keep itself, as this will be the Trigla Protector dropping down to some 50%. The rest of the team is actually burning through this. The explosion zone zones them back, and it doesn't look like the members that of the Knights that stay bronze are going to stay much longer than just the keep itself. They get that, and that's all they're going to be able to do. They lose so much health on this Trigla Protector. They don't continue to siege in further, as we're 24-24 in our levels, 26 minutes into our game number 2. That could be the game that wins it for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, or it could be the game that sets us up for a game 3 on the side of Knights that stay bronze. We'll have to see, as Smoke is going to be just clearing out bottom with the help of Flying Spuds. I keep wanting 540 from these catapults. Meanwhile, in mid lane, they're stepping in. They need to be careful right here. If they overstep, this is going to be a win condition for the enemy team, but same can be said about them. Falstad gets the lightning rod onto the structure. They're going to burn through that immediately. That's catapults in all 3 lanes. Power slide, decent CC onto Matlock, but they're going to back it right out of there. They get the keep, and they're happy with that. Trigla Protector left to rust and die off in the next 20 seconds. Wow. That Falstad was melted. Yeah, no, see, like, I was, like, late game, this Falstad build, this late game Falstad build is absolutely insane. What are we looking at for? I think it's still 55%. So they've got 3 stacks. They could be at 70% if they bribe 3 units. They can actually go to this camp right now and bribe all 3 of those with flight and be able to have 70% lightning rod bonus. Oh, nice, 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 Falstad, nice. They're actually gonna bribe one over here. I know I'm harping on this so much, but like when you get to these late games, like that bonus lightning rod damage really is terrifying. There should be at least 1 bribe right here. Why not? Why not just get a... Maybe they're holding so they can double bribe a camp. That would make sense. Oh, God. I think we cycle through the numbers once again. I don't know if we've actually looked at them in a little bit, but let's push that button so you can all see what the damage, experience, and healing is looking like at our 27-minute game here. 78,000 heroic damage for the Kael'thas, 83,000 for the Li Ming. Power slide from the ETC onto Matlock. There's going to be a lot of damage, and also the explosion zone zoning. There's going to be ETC blinking out. Falstad with the wind tunnel to try and save the Kael'thas, who does pop the arcane barrier, and they're going to stay alive. ETC so very low. Power slides away. Falstad has no gust. They're actually dealing some decent damage with the lightning rod into Matlock, but they realize they can't double back like they were, and there's going to be a shield for Zarya. The Cassia gets the Valkyrie into them, and they end up not countering into that. Meanwhile, in top lane, there's a camp coming through. They need to back off to deal with this. I can't believe this game right now, chat. This is absolutely insane. The camp is going to be, oh no, the catapults are being blocked, which actually would have been a lot of the initial siege into this core. And so with Zul showing in mid, they know that this is going to be a 4v4, looking to maybe step in. If they could find Flying Spuds, that would be a massive win for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. But if Flying Spuds can find a combo like they were previously, they are looking for a potential end in a game number 3. What do we have happen here, as this is them stepping into the enemy team? Blessed Shield comes out on the Kael'thas. There's going to be no arcane. Oh no, they have the arcane barrier. Phase shift comes in. The explosion zone's going to be there. Power slide from the ETC. Mosh pit's up and available. They drop it onto 3 members. They're managing to get so much value, but the ETC will go down. No death mosh available. Matlock goes down to the Pyroblast. Tank for tank. Falstad's going to be down for the next 8 seconds. Cassia dives in on the Beowulf, but they're going to eat some of the damage with some of that shielding. Meanwhile, there's catapults approaching core. They need to be conscious of that, as they need to back off, but look at their core health right now, 43. I don't know when that happened. It must have been when Zul and all of them were trying to push back the ETC with that last little bit of a mosh, but the minions want to end the game, and I think Cool Cats and Kittens are looking to step towards the core as well. 43%, the explosion zone to split Flying Spuds, who blinks away as well. They are going to be Telrosh's elements. Valkyrie catches the Kael'thas, but there's going to be the building structure in the way. Falstad's back and actually work their way all the way over here. Falstad, what are you doing right now? That's going to be the short range flight, as they're actually going to just throw some damage onto Angry Smurf. I thought they were going for the far gust to push them away and to go towards core, but this is Angry Smurf taking a bit of damage. Falstad looking to get the lightning rod bonus damage. The slows coming out from Decker Kane. Potions out as well. Explosion zone will be there. Smoke is going to get hit with the lightning rod. There's going to be the subsequent strike value. Azari actually finds the kill, and now Beowulf eating a lot of damage, tanking for the friendly team. They need to back out of here as Desperado eats the Wow, oh my god, the wave of force from Li Ming almost to get the damage onto Desperado. Oh my god, this end right here won't actually end. Control point B is up and available. This is our 5th Triglav Protector of the game. Expulsion Zone behind Beowulf as they eat a combo from Li Ming. Can they get out? Blink forward. They actually sidestep it. Phase shift from the Brightwing comes in. Face melt from the ATC. Then the loudspeaker to knock them back as well with the encore value. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, we currently have a catapult hitting for 672 in auto. I mean, it's not like it's matching on the opposing side or anything like that. It's actually a little bit stronger just because it spawned right there. But now, oh god, chat, oh my god, chat, I'm trying to just even keep up with this game. Thanks Trainwreck for the sub. Oh yeah, by the way, Bahamut, you're giving me one of those mega treats soon for, oh absolutely, yeah, we have to change some of the pricing on that. Merlin, I hope you're having a wonderful night. The juke, seriously, the sidestep from Zarya right there was everything that they needed on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. If that sidestep didn't happen, I don't know what would be happening right now. That's a false step with 75% lightning rod bonus damage. Dear lord. Oh my god. Like, my heart rate's going up for these teams. Falstead flying in. Oh, they barrel roll backwards. Blessed Shield did come out from Matlock, though. Condemn coming out. There's the Emerald Wind out from Brightwing. There was an Iron Skin used by the Joanna as well. Meanwhile, look at bottom lane on the minimap. You do have catapults coming through, and those things will be winning out that lane since they do have the consistent catapult pressure rather than the periodic catapult pressure. Hovarth looking just to push back this camp. ETC mosh pit's up and available. If they could find a double mosh, that'd be big for them, so long as there's no one to interrupt it. Blessed Shield was used already. There's a lot of potions out from Silver, who does not have the Battlemust Flask at level 20. It's going to be perfect gems for the cooldown reduction onto those gems as it's the Cassia diving out. They just have to delay this out to let the catapult hit the core. As long as they survive through this, that's their win condition. Smoke is going to be targeted by the Pyroblast. There's no way you get out of that one there, bud, and they end up going down. The Falstead Wind Tunnel will find a second kill, or at least set up a second kill. Mosh Pit from ETC comes out. Wave of Force to interrupt that. Catapults in bottom lane coming on through. They're going to back off. Falstead just chasing on into this. They want to end the game. They don't care about the Triglav Protector. They will be able to clear out these catapults, but this is a control point B, the 5th one of the game, picked up by Brightwing, walked in through top lane, and the members of Cool Cats and Kittens, 32 minutes into this game, 33 minutes by the time the Triglav Protector gets here, are going to be attempting to end, but that's a Cassia Li Ming blow up onto the Kael'thas, who saw that not coming out whatsoever. This Triglav Protector needs to get that last 43%, and they need to not stagger out a couple deaths. They also need a gunner in this Triglav Protector. Falstad going to channel that right there, and the Triglav Protector itself is going to be on this core as Falstad in the gunner seat will find that damage, and the Triglav Protector itself, the health bar is so thick that you can't even see the little tabs, and that will be game going over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. They take the series 2-0. GG. Well played.